Ever been staring down a near-empty bank account, knowing that crucial bill is due in, 2 hours? Yeah, us too. It's a situation that can send shivers down anyone's spine. Thankfully, in this age of financial technology, there are a few options to bridge that gap between your paycheck and your impending doom. One such option is a cash advance app, but with so many on the market, it can be a minefield to navigate. Today, we're diving deep into one particular app, FloatMe. We'll be answering the burning question, does FloatMe work with Chime, the popular online bank? We'll also be shedding some light on how FloatMe works in general, its fees, and whether it might be the right solution for your short-term financial woes. So, buckle up, financially fragile friends, because we're about to get you floatin' on the knowledge you need. Breaking down FloatMe, a cash advance lifeline. Let's face it, traditional bank loans can be a lengthy and bureaucratic process. That's where cash advance apps come in. They offer a quick and, supposedly, easy way to get a small amount of money upfront, with the expectation that you'll repay it on your next payday. FloatMe is one such app. It allows you to borrow up to $100 with what they call an instant decision. Sounds pretty neat, right? But before you hit that download button, there are a few things to consider. FloatMe and Chime, BFFs or barely friends. All right, enough suspense. Let's get to the main event. Does FloatMe accept Chime? Well, here's the good news. Yes, FloatMe does work with Chime bank accounts. You can link your Chime account to FloatMe during the application process. But here's the thing, just because you can link your accounts doesn't necessarily mean it's a smooth ride. Some Chime users have reported issues with account verification or transfers failing. If you do decide to go the FloatMe route with Chime, be prepared for some potential troubleshooting. FloatMe fees, not exactly free money. While FloatMe might seem like a financial lifesaver in a pinch, it's important to remember that it's not exactly free money you're borrowing. FloatMe charges a flat fee, which they call a tip, for each advance. This tip typically ranges from $1 to $4, depending on the amount you borrow. So, while a few bucks might seem insignificant, it can add up quickly, especially if you find yourself needing to use FloatMe frequently. There are also additional fees for things like late repayments, so be sure to read the fine print before you borrow. FloatMe versus other cash advance apps, finding the right fit. FloatMe isn't the only player in the cash advance app game. There are a variety of other options out there, each with its own set of fees, limits, and features. Before you settle on FloatMe, it might be worth comparing it to other apps like Earnine, Bridget, or Dave. Consider factors like the maximum amount you can borrow, repayment terms, and any fees associated with the app. Some apps might offer different borrowing limits or have different fee structures altogether. The bottom line is FloatMe your financial flotation device. So, can FloatMe with Chime be your saving grace in a financial pinch? It depends. While it does work with Chime, there can be some verification hurdles, and the fees can add up over time. If you absolutely need a small amount of money to hold you over until payday, FloatMe might be an option. But remember, it should be a last resort, not a crutch. There are potential risks involved, and it's important to be aware of them before you borrow. Alternative solutions to consider: budgeting and building a safety net. Here's the truth: cash advance apps shouldn't be your go-to solution for managing your finances. A much better approach is to focus on creating a budget that tracks your income and expenses. This will help you identify areas where you can cut back and avoid needing a cash advance in the first place. Building an emergency fund is another crucial step. Aim to save up a small amount of money each month to cover unexpected expenses. This way, you won't be tempted to turn to a cash advance app when the unexpected inevitably happens. With that said, thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, financial wellness is all about planning and responsible habits.